I mean, I don't know how weird it's going to get here. I mean, we'll find out, I guess.
Gonna get freaky.
How are you feeling?
Slight nervous panic.
Normal for Norwich?
Normal for Norwich.
Anything could be happening.
The old puppet factory.
Yet another scenario.
Normal for Norwich.
Thomas Ligotti's wet dreams.
The lawsuits have all been settled.
Under new management.
Anyway, I said we're going to have dinner with David. She said, yeah, we'll come afterwards, bring everyone afterwards. So I guess we'll sort, you get going, find out what the table business is, do whatever she says, we'll be right there. If it gets weird, we'll not be long behind you. Because I don't really want to stay at David's for too long.
Oh, it's so Marie.
Oh, financially secure.
Perfect hair.
Oh, perfect hair.
What are you thinking?
But you do have to have what you've got for free. A good eye and a good way with words.
Don't even have to have that, actually, to be honest.
A sense of fatalism.
Journalism, I think you just have to have the right friends, I think.
Shit's getting weird.
Very minimalist.
For good measure, Mel knocks on the door.
It's so nice to see you.
I have to say, the attention to detail that you give is...
It's distressing, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's quite magical.
It's certainly useful. I usually forget to say if there's a corridor or a...
Yeah, careful now.
So,
I normally assume they're not going to go to any houses.
45's all the way.
Gosh, you don't hold back. One of each, please.
And you hear no reply from Angelica.
Well, I turn around and look for her immediately.
And a 13-year-old boy looks at you.
No fucking hell.
Lank hair.
Fuck
And says,
It's all right.
vodka me.
It's all right. Stay back there. Stay back.
And she brings up a gun.
You've got to tell us what the fuck's going on now, David. It's getting fucking mental in here.
The Prince of Air. Who's the Prince of Air?
Eric Wilson was provided by the Norwich Old Puppet Factory.
The tongue's gone as well.
Sort of ectoplasmic slime, really.
Right.
I don't know. Did David make you do this?
Somewhere else, in the snow, in,
David?
I don't know, 17th century or something.
David!
Tell us again about this red mark.
Oh, yeah.
The dabbler. Is this his doing?
What the fuck do we do, Ray?
I dig my thumb into my own scar.
A tendril of blackness comes out, wrapping around your finger like a threadworm.
I'll get you a glass of water, all right?
Eric!
Can Angelica go with Mel?
Something's happened to Eric!
Pull yourself together, David. Something's happened to Eric.
His chest starts to glow.
I put my hand on it.
You can't say why, but this one compound word flies out at you as you too begin to just lapse out of consciousness with the intensity of the engagement. Witchfinder.
So, what's this all about, Steve?
Well, I haven't used this place before. They say in town that a cafe with a museum attached. The cafe is so nice.
Eat the future. I don't know, it sounds a bit...
This is the future of museums.
Well, I mean, it's quite nice. If it's the future of museums, I like it. Coffee's good. Thanks for the coffee. It was kind of you.
You're welcome.
I'm quite glad you didn't buy me the bean risotto. I don't fancy that. It might be repeating on me for the evening. No, I'm joking. It'd be too difficult to eat now. Anyway, awkward conversation and all that.
I guess I wanted to see how you are.
Oh. Well, that's really kind of you, Steve. I've been better. I'm about to lose my job. As you know, I've been very careful with my money. So that's going to come and sting me in the tail. And, yeah. Well, everybody's been quite nice, considering I'm persona non grata. No one's invited me for coffee. You're the only one who has, so that surprised me, I'll be honest. Got the text and I thought, oh, hello, Mr. Longville.
Well, you've become so familiar. You've become so familiar. And I was...
Well, I've always enjoyed our coffees.
Yes, me too. And
I never went to one of your lectures. I said I would.
Yeah, well, that's...
I regret that.
That's kind.
What was that one you said you were going to do? What was that one about King Arthur and the connection with the Cotswolds and why they should be France's. That's all actually Breton. That belongs to Breton.
I feel
Is
you
that
are,
your theory?
as you know too well, leading me up the garden path, are you not? Because this is not the first time you have enticed me to speak at length about that which I am so passionate.
I know nothing.
Yes, you are right. Of course.
I know nothing, Jon Snow.
The Matière de Bretagne is often, yes, your Arthur is often passed off as a British hero, but he is a Breton hero. Yes, this is true. But this is...
He belongs to you.
Yes. It is, well, to whom does myth and legend belong?
Oh, good question, Stefan.
That is the...
Look, I even used your name correctly for the first time in, at least a week. Must have cut through. No, seriously, Steve, what is this about?
Well, I'm glad... I wish to understand more about the circumstances of your... I hear stories. I hear versions of what has happened in the last couple of weeks. I struggle to believe that they are true, because I feel that over the last few weeks we have built an entente, an understanding with each other.
Cordial.
An entente cordial, quite. And I felt that I wish to hear it from you.
Well, I can only tell you what I told them, I'm afraid. I had to burn it. I felt compelled. I had to burn the heart. It was not a rational thought. Sometimes when I'm meditating, I slip free of the earth, the world, and I enter into a zone where time seems to speak to me, and it was a bit like that. I knew that it was the right thing to do because it was the thing that is being and doing. Is that what you're going to tell Dr. Sanders, Miriam?
I'm not here for Sanders.
Glad to hear it.
I'm here for me.
Good on you.
And for you.
You know, I could never read you. You know, it's funny when you can't read someone. It's kind of my job. And there you are, full of stories, and I can't read them. It's interesting. It's a shame, isn't it?
Perhaps that is... Perhaps I've been too long away from... It is a thing to do. When you are away from your natural milieu, isn't it? You build up protection, I think.
Protection.
Yes.
I think you're onto something there. Maybe it was protection.
Yeah, it's just I don't want you to leave, Melanie. I don't want you to leave, not like this. Listen, if you give me the heart, I will take it back, and we can make all this go away.
I don't have it, Steve. I don't have it. It's gone. I haven't got a heart to give you.
Oh.
Look, I have to go. Thanks for the coffee.
I'm sorry if I... Did I...
No, Stefan, it's all right. I've got to go.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to offend you. Please stay, finish your coffee. We must talk.
I can't. I've got to go.
The Apocalypse Players present The Moonchild by Paul Fricker, a 7th edition Call of Cthulhu Scenario from the Nameless Horrors collection. Starring Dominic Allen as Alicia Juico, Danan McAleer as Ray West, Jeannie Spark as Melinda Moody, Dan Wheeler as Eric Wilson, and Joseph Chance as your keeper of the arcane lore. We're going to scene frame to Bridget and Ray have finally got you around at the table. The kids are on the sofas, sat there. No, actually, they're sat on the sofa, either end of the sofa, with the TV on, slightly muted, with hot chocolate. Bridget's taking control of all of that, while Ray's got you down to the dining room table, where you are coming around. You're being brought around, sat on a chair with each one of them, bringing you around. And Ray... You went upstairs to the study.
Yeah.
While the kids were being sorted out and the other two were unconscious. They weren't out for long.
Well, I wanted to have a look, didn't I? I wanted to see what was in that cache.
You sure as heck did. And there was
I've seen the purba, the fork, the Tibetan fork thing.
You'd found the purba, and we'll get to that in a second because that could be interesting to you. There were some interesting books there, most of which you'd heard of. In fact, all of which, with your specialties, you have library use, don't you?
Library use. Let's just double check. Yeah, I do.
Remind me, because I know you have a keen interest. What's your rank in library use?
It's only 30.
Is it only 30? Give me a library use with a bonus roll, bonus die.
Great. Almost me dice. Okay. Not so good. No.
And also tell me what you roll in relation to occult on that same roll.
It's a bit better, but it's still, it's not close. The closest I got was 68.
Yeah.
And that's on the 35.
Even with the bonus die. Yeah. So you are not sure much about what you don't know much about this book, but you have found a book named Monsters and Their Kind. Spelt Monstres, Monstres and Their Kinde, Kynde. You would put it to be a maybe 17th century, maybe 16th century even book. You've flicked through it, and it seems to be an absolute jumble of occult topics. But even at a glance, it is unlike anything you have ever seen. And could you give me a power roll?
Yes. Is there an author? Like, is it a reprint, or is it...
It is anonymous.
And I'm assuming it's a reprint, not like something that looks like it could be an original.
This looks like an original.
Fucking hell.
It was kept in a very specific plastic box.
Okay.
Which you opened very carefully because, let's face it,
they didn't.
You like buying books, right?
Oh yeah, big time. How can you resist something like that?
Of anyone to find this book, it should have been you.
Yeah. And
even though, of course, when you think about that, the others would all have loved to have found it too, wouldn't they, in their own ways? But wow, it's fallen to you.
What a tome, even though I can't make much out about it straight off the bat. But I get this sense of it.
But unfortunately...
It's a 59 on my power, which is 60.
15... Ooh.
Yeah.
You feel this intense desire to keep it for yourself. But you master that. And you can make choices how you will with it.
Yeah.
But there is, of course, also the purba in the room.
Yes.
Which, as far as you're aware, no one else has seen. And a couple of nice second edition volumes of things that might be that kept in this collection. This little, this shelf which is covered with a nice green mini curtain that you pulled on brass rings that you pulled across. There's a faint odour of incense about this little corner that David's clearly lovingly kept.
And the book, is it in English?
Yes, Old English.
Right. I think I slip it back. Is the plastic casing... Could I take the plastic casing with the book in it?
Yes. Yeah.
So I think I'm not going to go on a robbing spree, and I'm not going to nick this either. I've managed to resist the urge to do that, but I feel like it's important, so I'm going to keep it in its plastic case. I'm just going to tuck it into my satchel.
Okay, so you have that with you. You're downstairs. Those two are coming around. You're attending which one of them?
I think Alicia, because I was upstairs with her.
Oh, yes, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, perfect.
Initially, anyway, yeah. Yeah.
So, Jeannie.
Yes.
Marie looks at you with sort of sad eyes as she levels this automatic pistol at you.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe she's done this.
And says, I'm so sorry. I did not realise that he would be playing with you already.
The fuck? What the fuck?
Why don't you sit down?
Marie, what the fuck are you doing?
It's all right. Nathan will be here soon, and then everything will be much better.
Okay, all right, hang on. And I'm still looking around, trying to find Angelica. Is she in the hall?
No sign. No sign.
Fuck, she slipped out the front door. Okay.
No. Like, you saw her transform into this 13-year-old boy.
And then he melted into the coat stand.
With lanky black hair, and he melted into the coats.
Yeah.
Exactly the same way he melted into the seats.
Yeah.
Into the shadows, into the recesses, as if he's part of the shadows.
Oh my god, so the Angelica we've been...
So the Angelica you were talking to, that whole way...
So wait, whoa.
...is now being questioned in your mind.
Yeah.
I think that's a sanity roll.
Yeah.
I think you're a sanity roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fair comment.
Think about that.
Think about that now.
Think about that now.
So...
Oh god, okay. Right, fine. Okay, fine. Fine, you can be that way. That's okay. I don't want to go mad. Oh, 51 on a 59.
Okay, nice. Okay, so you do keep it together, and because this has happened to you before, there is no loss on this occasion.
Thank you, Master.
But I think there is that moment of sinking. Oh God, it happened again. I've got to be more careful.
But also, that was much more protracted. This Angelica and I have had we've gone on the journey together.
Well, now that's interesting.
That's assuming...
Do you want to give me an idea roll?
Upstairs. Oh, sorry.
No. Say that again, Dana, while the idea roll is happening.
I was just saying that's to assume it's the same Angelica we picked up the second time and then went upstairs and came back down. I was assuming there was a new Angelica had just come down the stairs after the real one went up. And so the real one's still in the house with us while you...
No Angelica... No Angelica has ever been seen coming down the stairs. This Angelica...
It's so true, yeah.
...appeared by the car.
Fuck, yeah.
The intelligence roll, how did that go, Jeannie?
So intelligence.
What is it? How does it work? Yeah.
She's not that high.
Idea. I got it. Oh, yeah. 51 on a 45.
51 on a 45. Now, you could spend the luck or you could push the roll. Now, 45 on a push roll... You don't have to do this, but it is an option. I mean, like 6 luck. How much luck has she got left?
68.
Ooh, I mean, I don't want to... Dan's making encouraging gestures and doing marvellous things with his beard. The approval beard work was there.
Gosh, I think the beard might need to be a player in itself.
I mean, I did think then, actually, it caught the light down at the bottom there, and I thought, God, just like...
Darren.
Who's that?
Darren.
Who's that handsome young man? Oh, it's not. It's just...
Darren the beard.
It's just Darren's
the
beard. What? No, I don't know what. Darren.
All right, I'll spend the luck.
So you have passed your intelligence roll. No, you don't need to reroll. You don't need to reroll. Oh. So you spend 6 luck and you've passed.
But I did for fun and got 41 on a 45.
It seems unfair, but
And I'm going to take a swig of Robinson's fruit shoot to celebrate.
a bit generous if I take... A bit generous as I tell you what, give me a luck roll and I'll see how I feel about that.
Okay, all right. Fucking hell.
Because there was confusion regarding the rules.
Very demanding this evening, aren't you?
I am very demanding.
54 on a 68. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
And it would still be a pass if you'd spent the luck. So, okay, I'll give it to you. You push the roll, keep the luck.
All right.
Keep the luck. You might need it.
All right, maybe I will.
You might need it.
All right. Your mum might need it.
So your luck remains 68. She definitely... Well, oh God, she does need the luck. Hip replacement, guys. Difficult days for my mum.
Chatting after pap, here we go.
Chatting after pap. Have you shown these two what your other drink is?
The fruit shoot
Robinson's
thing.
Yeah, the fruit
and
shoot,
blackcurrant
yeah.
fruit
I
shoot.
mean-
Oh, I thought you were just drinking wine.
I thought you were drinking fruit shoot out of the wine glass.
That's my birthday Chateauneuf de Pape. She's mixing with fruit shoot there. That's all I'm going to say.
What did, when you were teenagers, guys, what did you call red wine mixed with Coca-Cola?
I just think we called it a potion or something. I don't
A
think we had
potion?
Did you ever drink it?
specific names. Well, we used to... No, we'd mix red wine and all the cordials and all the spirits in together. That was the potion. I don't think
my
we ever
God.
specifically did just red wine and Coke.
Oh, really?
It's a Spanish thing. And the problem is, you drink it and it doesn't feel like it's booze.
Yeah, so
And a
here.
Greek thing.
And a Greek thing, sorry.
Greek thing.
It's a Mediterranean thing, I think.
Thank you.
And
To mix red wine
It's
and
like a-
Coke.
yeah, it's like
but
a-
not good red
A
wine.
Coca-Cola sangria or something.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it doesn't feel like booze at all.
It's kind of sugary. It doesn't feel like booze.
So you just get...
It's like
When I was working in a pub,
it's the poor man's
working in a pub,
alcohol.
an old Irishman came in one day and asked for a pint of shandy,
Turbo Shandy.
normal shandy, and then shortly after asking for it, he then asked if I could make it with Coke instead of lemonade. A Coca-Cola shandy. You ever had
Wow.
that? Lager
Oh.
and Coke.
No.
Like bitter or lager.
What?
Shandy.
What's it like?
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Lager and Coke. Okay, well, I'm now tempted to
Well,
go
a turbo
downstairs.
Shandy is lager and
Yeah.
Smirnoff Ice.
I had plenty of them.
Yeah. Turbo Shandy's good.
God,
In
you
my
guys.
fridge downstairs, we have Coca-Cola.
Don't do
and we
it. Don't do it.
In my bag from
lager.
Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do, my love. But pressing back to the narrative, if I may.
Well, then, now then.
So you passed this idea roll,
I did.
and exactly as your fellow player, Danan, was contemplating, you begin to think there was a continuity regarding the fake Angelicas
Yep.
that is distressing you, because it is a continuity about knowledge. A same continuity that has been displayed by David regarding understanding whether you possess things, and your mind flicks back to that moment where you grabbed the soft toy as it actually was, but you thought it was the heart.
Oh yeah. In Sarah's bedroom.
Whatever you're dealing with seems to understand intimate parts of yourself and anyone else within the 13 is essentially what you're realizing in that moment. Because that conversation with Angelica in this car, it used all sorts of pieces of information that had been happening in that room.
But am I aware that this has been happening on whatever level to other members of the team?
You're aware that everyone's having experiences because they've talked about it, but
We're all having a heck of a night.
yours is deeply personal and unique,
Okay.
and it has certainly involved the golden spectacled man.
Okay. But in the meantime, I've got a gun pointed at me.
She takes out her phone and says, "Don't worry, he'll be here soon." And she does look down at the phone. Also, because you've passed your idea roll, I will give you that fact that she looks down at her phone as she's typing.
Okay. I will try to swipe the gun out of her hand, of course.
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, she's a bank manager. She's a bank manager, apparently not a bank thief. So she seems to be making a little bit of a mistake there.
I'm an investigative journalist
Yeah.
who's recently been fired,
Yeah.
so I'm more desperate than I've ever been.
For stealing, allegedly,
Gun.
a witch's heart,
Shh.
right?
Yes. Allegedly.
Hmm.
Yes.
Interesting dynamic. You've entirely independently, I would point out, gentlemen, added into the narrative, which I find very exciting.
Yeah.
But I think Melinda launches herself With the slightest opportunity.
Yeah. So you're gonna go for the. So this is a brawl maneuver.
Yeah. She's like a pudgy coiled spring.
Yeah, pudgy coiled. Pudgy.
I'm sorry.
Pudgy coiled
Pudgy
spring.
spoiled bring. Sounds like a disgusting dish from Regency England.
Very good. There we go. So you launch. So could you give me a... now, are you going to try and do a maneuver where you disarm her? In which case
No.
we have to deal with build.
I'm simply going to slap the hand. I'm going to slap the gun to the side.
So that is a maneuver. If you're going to do anything other than just try and punch and cause damage, it's essentially... if you're going to try and disarm her, that's a maneuver. Which is fine, because it's exactly the same with Brawl, but what is your build?
My build as a character, my physical build.
Yeah, on your character sheet.
Brawl 25.
Brawl 25
Build
is good.
0.
0, yeah,
Build
great.
0.
Mine's also 0.
Mine's also 0.
No problem, so is
Build
hers.
0.
So is hers. Yeah, so which means neither of you gain any advantage.
Okay.
Which means it's a straight opposed brawl roll.
Okay. It's a fail from me. 44 on a 25.
It's a lot of luck, isn't it? To spend.
Yeah. Can I push it?
No, you can't push in combat, but you could spend luck, but that's too much luck to spend, I would argue, unless you want to... Well, hey, hang on, how much luck is it? 44 on a 25?
Yeah.
Gents, is that 19, or am I making that up?
What's 44 minus 25?
19, right?
Yeah.
So 19 luck means you would successfully... I mean, this is... Gina, I cannot underscore enough. Violence in Call of Cthulhu is bleak, fast, and brutal. So
Yeah.
it
I'm gonna do
might
it.
be worth it with 68 luck.
If it was me, I would spend...
Maybe... Yeah, Dan says...
Yeah.
Think about it.
I would.
Dan?
But
Yeah, I'm going to spend it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
He's nodding.
Yeah.
The beard says yes.
Do it.
The beard says
I'm
yes.
going down from
they've got a
68
gun on you.
to 49.
I think it's a good use of luck.
It's good. It's good because she's failed,
Yeah.
And I'm going to slap that gun out of her hand.
which means as the attacker, you needed to make that work.
Don't know why I did that.
So
accent.
you slap the gun out of her hand, and she looks shocked. Yeah. And there's a moment where she's just kind of like, she's your old friend, and she looks like she's just kind of broken a vase with.
You had a gun on me, you bitch.
With-
The fuck are you doing?
Right. Crazy.
The fuck are you playing at, you crazy Belgian sharp head asshole?
And she goes, No, Mel, you don't understand.
I fucking do understand.
I'm scared of
You had a
Nathan.
fucking gun on me, you fucking bitch.
I'm scared of Nathan. I cannot do this.
I don't fucking care. You don't put a fucking gun on your friend.
Please, no.
Ever.
I know it was wrong, but I didn't realize that he would be toying with you. If he's toying with you already, we have to try to save you. We have to try to help.
Okay, this is bullshit.
I'm safe.
No, this is bullshit. You don't put a gun on your friend, ever.
But you will resist it. You won't believe me if we don't go through it.
Just calm down. Talk to me. Just talk to me. We're friends. You don't need to put a fucking gun on me. It's outrageous. Talk to me.
She looks at the gun.
No.
Just before you say, talk to me.
Gina. Sorry.
She staggers back into a little bijou table and a little oriental statue.
No.
Shakes from side to side.
Chips and frites and moule and beer, bitch. No. None of that, mannequin P. Thank you. Step away.
And luckily the statue doesn't break, and there's this weird impasse as that sort of abusive language just sort of floats over her. And she sort of smiles and goes, "Oh, Mel, you have not changed. You have not changed at all, have you?
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you mannequin P. That was not called for.
But you sort of have changed, like we all have. What is it David says? Change. The goddess has blessed us with change. At least that. If nothing else." And she raises her hand, and you see the scar. And she's got that lovely Muji jumper that she's wearing, has really wide sleeves. It's kind of that sort of bobbly wool knit, that's sort of light wool like cashmere.
Your details.
And it just slides down her lovely forearm, and you see this black line going down and down and down.
What, like a tattoo?
Which, no. like a vein.
Like an infection. Oh.
Interesting that you think infection.
What? Well, when it tracks back up your arm or up your leg, then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Burst appendix.
Her phone goes, "Vup," and she sort of flicks her eyes to it, but she doesn't actually look. She doesn't turn it and look. She's still held by you, even though neither of you are actually physically touching each other anymore, and the gun is there a few yards away.
Who's that?
I think it will be Nathan. He'll be here soon.
Well, look at it. Well, look at it then and read it to me. We're in this together. Look, stop thinking that I'm your enemy.
I'm on my way, he says.
Okay, all right. What do we need to do? You and me. You and me. What do we need to do? I'm not your enemy. I'm your friend. I'm in this with you. We're together. What do we need to do?
We need to do the seance.
Now?
We need to speak. We need to speak to the. We need to speak to the ones who died. Trying to stop this thing.
Fuck off.
David released something. I don't think he meant to, but David released something. When we were there, dancing around the fire. And when we were together, do you remember? And me, and Maggie, the three of us. When we did those things together, and she sort of looks hopeful.
Kind of. It's a long time ago. That whole night's kind of a blur to me, to be honest, Marie.
Oh. Yes, perhaps because you have not heard as much as we have heard. But Nathan and I remember. With so little time. I have the table set up, but I thought you would say no. I was stupid, I was foolish, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
I shouldn't have done
anything.
You take the gun. Take the gun. I don't need the gun. She sort of backs away, looking frightened. Could you give me a psychology roll?
Yes.
Take the gun and put a bullet through the middle of her forehead.
No, Daniel. That is not how we do this. In the UK,
Just saying.
that's a 93.
Just press it to one of her bonsai trees and that'll make her tell you the truth.
As she backs away, behind her, this room is a lovely, beautifully appointed.
Stop it! Stop it with the details!
So elegantly appointed. This room.
I don't want to know if it's south-facing.
Oh, the south.
It's making me quite nervous because I feel like it's all definitely.
This window's a full west.
I'm just going to toke on my fruit shoot. Hang on.
There's a lovely sofa just to your just behind you to your right. Two beautifully upholstered chairs. And there's a circular table that she's backed towards, which was where the beautiful Southeast Asian statue had wobbled but hadn't broken. And there's a door just off to your right, and standing in that doorway, which is partially open, is the golden spectacled man. and he says, "If I were you, I'd just put a bullet between her eyes. You'll regret it if you don't."
Oh, no. Thank you, no.
Well, good day then.
And she says, "What is it? What do you see? Who is it?" And she looks around, frightened.
We're not alone, Marie. There's a very powerful entity here. He's been haunting me all over the city, all night, all day, and he's here now.
She runs for the gun.
Fuck my face.
What's your dexterity?
Oh, what's your mum's dexterity? Okay.
Again? Like
65. 65!
Hip replacement. She's just had a hip replacement.
Sorry, that's very unfair. She hasn't got much dexterity at the moment. 65. Oh. A 2! I've rolled a 2.
Well, actually, it might come to that. Keep that roll. What's your brawl? 25?
Yeah.
So we go dex, brawl, and then do we go power to work out who goes first?
Okay.
I think power. What's your power?
60.
You've got the edge. Just. Oh my god, you've got exactly the same dexterity, you've got exactly the same brawl, but you have more willpower to move. So,
It makes me really angry when I play characters that have a lower brawl than I actually have in real life.
yeah, we all know the truth.
It's frustrating.
Because my brawl in real life.
Also, Mel, I would have thought she'd be tougher than that, but yeah, hey, look, she's got other good skills. So what do you actually do? Preserve your 2, I'm keeping your roll, and I'm coming back to you, gents, because I know that time is pressing, particularly for you, Dom.
That's all right. I had to lie down. I feel a bit better now.
Yeah, good.
Nice.
Jeannie, what do you actually do? She's running for the gun.
She's running for the gun. I run for the gun too. I'm diving for the gun as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're going to dive for the gun. No, I like it.
Oh, you like it?
No, I like it.
You like it? No, wait. I have an
got
ore.
excited.
I have an ore. I have an exciting ore.
I shouldn't have said anything, sorry.
Hear my exciting ore.
I'd love to.
Hear me or.
I turn to the man in the golden spectacles and I say, "Stop her!"
Ooh,
I was not expecting
it out.
Look, if this cunt's going to be turning up all over fucking Norwich, in cars, in front gardens, now in someone's front room.
You might as well help
Like,
out.
fucking sing for your supper, mate.
Make himself useful.
Do you have Cthulhu Mythos?
Does your mum...
Have you got Cthulhu Mythos in you? Does my mum? No, okay.
No, I don't.
So I think, in which case, I think it was a power roll.
I have a cult.
Yeah, no, I don't need knowledge, I need power. So your power roll was a 2, right? Which is an extreme success.
Extreme
It seems unfair that I would waste that magnificent roll. And also, narratively, it is sweet. But of course, you have the heart. So it's not just sweet, it's perfect. Because with the heart, you can use it as a conduit for that extreme success with your power roll to tap into something forbidden and so sweet.
Yes.
And in that tapping in, you realize something profound about this figure, this golden spectacled man. He is not the same as the entity that haunts you. He is not wholly a part of it. There is something about him or it or whatever he has become that is independent, that has agency,
Yeah.
that is somehow connected. Perhaps there was a partnership between the two of them. Perhaps one worked for the other. Perhaps a favor was asked, a riddle was run. You get the intense sensation, and this is without using the table. This is without holding hands. The seance is gone. This is different. There's no cards. There's no knocking. There's no Ouija. There's just you and this artifact, this heart, this strange, blackened... Is it a sheep's heart? Is it a woman's heart? Somehow overgrown, tumescent and profoundly transformed, translated again. And in that moment, you realize that is the corridor to power. Your connection with the heart, the very heart that you lied to Stefan Longville about, the heart that you claimed that you'd burned, when all along you felt compelled not just to steal it, but to have it. You thought it was for protection, but what if it's actually for power? And then all of that crumbles into the ashes of action and the moment. The fire of now.
Yes.
So he says, but of course. And he reaches his hand out, and her whole body freezes in a rictus.
Oh my
And you
god.
can see her shaking, going, as she's sort of diving for the gun. There's one foot is in the air, so she's physically held in the air.
Oh my
she
God,
should either stack it or like one way or the other, but instead she just freezes, shaking, and his aspect begins to sort of glow and grow, and all of the colour in him begins to become vibrant, like a kind of, the feathers of a pheasant or a rare grouse, one of those sort of Chinese grouse with sort of amazing bronzes and blues. Suddenly all these details in his tweed start to glow. And he just holds this woman frozen in the air. And she's clearly in pain, but she's shaking almost as if she's sort of shaking in and out of reality a little bit.
Wow.
But she's held.
And while he's holding her, I reach down, I grab the gun, I slap the chamber open, and I empty it.
Yeah. Nice.
And I kick the bullets into the four corners of the room.
Nice. And
now the gun is empty and cannot be fired.
Right. And you turn around after the final sort of sweep of getting angrily getting, or kind of emotionally, or whatever it is that's driving that, getting these bullets out.
Oh, fear and fury.
Fear and fury.
Fear
right?
and fury in equal part.
And you turn around and you see him just kind of walk away up the corridor, and she just drops to the floor. Clearly driven unconscious by that experience, right? Like out cold. You can see that there's breath coming into her, but that's it.
She's not dead.
That's it. It's
okay. Okay.
I tell you what, I also think that she's pissed herself. Yeah. You see this sort of stain and water coming out, like urine coming out.
Oh, Marie.
But she's fallen and crushed. Could you give me a sanity roll to finish your night?
56 on a 59.
Nice. As he walks up to the end of the corridor, he turns and looks over his shoulder, and there's got that wide smile of his, too wide, and he says, "Redmark. The name's Oliver Redmark, by the way." And then he turns to go, but clearly he just walks through a wall, as if it doesn't exist for him.
Oh no!
What a fucking pervert!
This guy's trouble, a mile wide. Whoa. That's podcast gold, my friend.
Podcast gold, my friends. See you in a momo.
See you in a mo.
You should go and have some of the wine that I've been liberally drinking.
Your parents bought it for us. It's so nice that you have a glass of something.
It's your birthday wine, and I've had 2.5 glasses. I'm sorry. But it's very nice.
I poured myself the other beer because it was here, so I might... Shall I go and save one for myself? I'll go and do that.
Oh, I'm not having any more.
Oh, feel free.
That's it. I'm done.
Well, in which case, why don't we just start and we can, unless missing the audience is going to make that big difference.
No, I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
And I don't think they're going to last much past an hour. So
how dare you? It's kind of a bit of fruit shoot.
Balancing salts, electrolytes. It's very good.
You know what I mean? Chateau Neuf de Pape. Fruit shoot.
Listen, if there's anyone who can do it, you can.
For the benefit of the listeners at home, I've chosen at To be honest, I'm quite tired from parenting a small child, but at 10:30 I've chosen, seemingly by instinct rather than rational thought, to balance a glass of delicious Chateauneuf de Pape red wine with a Robinson's apple and blackcurrant fruit shoot, meant for my 5-year-old child.
But I think
cheers,
sugars,
everyone.
so long as it's not mixed up the other way around, I think everyone's happy, aren't they?
I mean, I'm not mixing them.
Don't
no.
give the Chateauneuf de Pape to the boy.
No. I'm not doing something.
boy child.
But also, I'm not doing some sort of awful. What was that? What would you call a mixture of red wine and Coke?
Oh gosh, yeah, it's the Spanish. Oh, what is it called? Oh.
When I was at school, we called it calemuchos.
Yeah, calemuchos, which means something totally inappropriate, doesn't it?
Which I think means something very, very
Lots
rude
of-
in Greek.
Yeah.
In
Basically.
Greek?
Fuck a lot. Doesn't it mean fuck loads or something?
I couldn't possibly
Oh,
say.
now you become prudish. Yeah, okay, fine.
But then, is there much difference if I'm necking, like, a couple of sips of lovely Chateauneuf de Pape and then I'm knocking back some fruit shoots?
Taste buds wise, people might get a little bit anxious. I mean, you might want to have a little bit of cheese and biscuits with that. That might be a richer experience. But I see nothing wrong with the balance of hydration and inebriation as a sort of, I mean, we're talking ritual methods, aren't we? That's what we're talking here. And I think this is modern and exciting. fruit shoot and Chateauneuf de Pape.
Look, you're the GM. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Also, aren't they a great band? Fruit shoot and Chateauneuf de Pape.
They collaborated on that seminal
One album
electro
only.
pop album
Yeah.
from the late 90s.
Whatever happened to them? Fruit shoot got too big for his boots. When we all knew that Dupape was the creative one, but he was bossy too. So
yeah, I think the bassist found God and left the music behind him.
found Cthulhu. So we may as well try and use this time. That's what I'm thinking.
Use this time.
Let's use this time. As lovely as it is to chat this through, but yeah,
Just trying to give you some light-hearted material.
I loved it.
Jesus
It's great. It's great. It's great.
Okay.
But
Look,
we
okay,
have
let's
to
move
do the narrative through line. That would be a post episode addendum. That is.
You're a post-episode again.
And scene. So Marie looks at you with sort of sad eyes as she levels this automatic pistol at you and says, "I'm so sorry. I did not realize